I believe that you can learn things from other art forms as long as you're open to it. It's just like that old saying, a mind is like a parachute. It works best when it's open, right? I believe that Bruce Lee was a teacher. Now, a lot of people, they get caught up in the bad production, the fact that there's mostly fighting scenes and not much of a plot, bad writing, bad acting, so on and so forth. You just have to look for these nuggets in his movies. And the best movie was Enter the Dragon, in my opinion. So stick around and learn how Bruce Lee can teach you about music. When you subscribe, hit that bell icon so that you're notified whenever I put out a new video. And that helps me let you know.
All type of knowledge ultimately means self-knowledge.
Everyone teaches themselves. Anything you learn, you take on and is yours. So it doesn't matter whether you go to school or you learn things on your own. You own it. It's yours.
Kick me. Kick me. What was that? An exhibition? We need emotional content. Try again.
Okay. Here, if Bruce Lee was a music teacher, I'm sure he would say something like, don't play scales, don't play patterns just for the sake of playing them. Play something with content. You're not trying to show off. It's more about the music, the in the moment kind of thing.
I said emotional content, not anger. Now try again. With me.
Don't let emotions get in the way of your playing. You can play with emotion, but don't let it necessarily, especially negative emotions, fuel what you're doing. And notice he said, with me. In other words, participate with me. It's not all about you. Even if you're a solo musician, you still are dealing with the audience. There's an interaction of some kind. Or if you're in a band, you are playing with other musicians.
That's it. How did it feel to you? Let me think. Don't think. Feel.
This directly translates to music as far as I'm concerned. Maybe you're not hugely experienced, but anyone that has some experience playing, especially live, will know that the worst thing you can do when you're playing music is think. You want to just react. Now, the next part is crucial.
It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory. Do you understand?
I am guilty of this sometimes too, and have been in the past. You looking down at your hands and you're playing, you're concentrating on your fingers, and not looking up and looking at interacting with the band and looking at the audience. Like he says, if you're concentrating on the finger at the task at hand, then you will be missing the bigger part of the whole picture, and that is creating music, interacting with people. And interaction is the key.
I do not believe in styles anymore. I mean, I do not believe that there is such thing as like Chinese way of fighting or the Japanese way of fighting or whatever way of fighting, because unless human beings have 3 arms and 4 legs, we will have a different form of fighting.
Style sometimes doesn't exist. It's a marketing thing, styles. Music is just music. Like he says, we all have the same form, 2 arms, 2 legs. Well, we all have the same 12 notes to deal with. It's all the same thing. What people get confused on with style, to me, is about personal style, how you play, and it comes across. Not the fact that it's jazz, rock. I don't give a shit about that.
I mean, it is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky and be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you see what I mean? Blinded by it. Or I can show you some really fancy movement. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, not that, my friend, is very hard to do. And you have to train. You have to keep your reflexes so that when you want it, it's there.
You can be flashy, you can play a bunch of notes, can be all the right notes from the right scales, yada yada, blah blah blah. But does it mean something? It doesn't, and again, it doesn't matter what style. You can play really, really fast just for the sake of playing fast, instead of playing fast for a reason. If you're trying to portray something in your music or get something out. And some people just listen for fast playing and they dismiss it just because it's fast. Well, fast playing doesn't necessarily mean bad playing. It can be done well or poorly, just like you can play slow poorly. And then practice. You're always practicing. You're refining your techniques, your abilities. You're always working on it so that you just play. You're not thinking about it. You're reacting. You're just in the moment immediately without thinking about it.
What is the highest technique you hope to achieve?
To have no technique.
Now, what I take that to mean is having such impeccable technique that it seems like you have no technique at all. Things just happen easily.
Not thinking, yet not dreaming. Ready for whatever may come.
I mean, here it is, the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not, if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man, no longer a human being. So it is a successful combination of both. So therefore, it is not only, therefore it's not pure naturalness or unnaturalness. The ideal is unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness.
Okay, he's kind of like chuckling under his breath a little bit there when he said that, with those play on words. But there's a lot of truth to what he's saying, I believe. Let's use this 2 examples, okay? You have a very, very educated musician who maybe is playing sort of left brain, and everything seems mechanical, no emotion in it, and as he says, you're a machine. Or on the other end of the spectrum, you're all about emotion, and it's not controlled, and you have really bad technique, and everything sounds sloppy, and what have you. What he's saying is the best of both worlds is to combine education, good technique, whatever knowledge, whatever you want to put on it, combined with emotion, and that's the human part of the factor of it that makes you not a machine. The ability to combine both things.
to be always yourself and to express yourself, to have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate him.
People go out and try to copy somebody else, you know, and sound-alike musicians are all rampant, whether it's Eddie Van Halen, Alan Holdsworth, Charlie Parker. All of those people, dead or alive, I'm sure would agree, don't try to sound like me, be yourself. Believe in yourself, have faith in yourself.
Running water never grows stale, so you gotta just keep on flowing.
That's what I believe improvising as a jazz musician, or just music in general, is all about flow. Very much like water.
Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Water is very powerful, yet it can mold itself into whatever form it needs to, whatever shape it needs to. And I think that's an awesome thing to be a musician, is to be that pliable, or be able to fit in different situations, just like water. Not just necessarily your playing flowing like water, but be like water. Take on that form of whatever situation you find yourself in. So that's my video for today. Things that you can learn from Bruce Lee and apply it to music. If you like my channel, please subscribe. If you like my videos, give it a like. Please leave a comment. Share it. You can find me on Instagram at Adam Smale. And don't forget, when you subscribe, to hit that bell icon so that you're notified whenever I put out a new video. And that helps me let you know. Thanks a lot.